Hey, RetconRaider here. Today's video is dedicated to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible. With special thanks to Revenant, Alois, Anerdinwarpaint, Dragon Matrix 7, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, Kazorm, Lima, Nathan Welch Jr., Tomasz Piątkowski, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, let's get started. And welcome back to Wasteland 3, as I believe we're headed into the final stretch here. We've got the security wing to clear, we have Father Bezor to rescue, but then after that I believe it's just capturing Iridium, confronting Deuterium, and then whatever finale they end up throwing at us. And I am looking forward to finding out who the real bad guys are here. I've got my theories, but we'll see how it actually plays out.
Rangers, it's Goiter. Looks like you found the security level. Be careful down there. The Nucleus have commandeered some of the base's old security bots to do patrols, so they'll be around every corner. Now, I sent you down there to get the crystal out of the force field generator. But remember, Father Bezor's probably there in the brig if the bastards haven't used him in one of their experiments yet, so keep an eye out. Proteus misses him. We'll talk more once you get access to the main cell block. Goiter out.
I like Goiter. It's so much easier to listen to him than it was to listen to Carbuncle. We've also got giant banks of monitors all over the walls, which seems excessive for a hallway. Oh, hey, those are actual rooms around the Cheyenne complex. That's a nice touch. I have liked the aesthetics of this place. I do feel like between the two DLC, Cult has the stronger visuals and more creative designs. But I also feel at the same time that it lacks the same punch when it comes to music, because like recycling Monster Mash and the end credit song. Oh my goodness, that's the fabled spider bot that was teased way back at the beginning of Wasteland 3's development. I didn't realize those actually made it in. That's pretty incredible. I mean, I guess it does make sense. Several of the other creatures I assumed were cut actually turned out to be concepts for creatures that ended up being relegated to DLC instead. Anyway, we've got robots patrolling the hall. We have a pretty obvious alternate route blocked by holy radiation. And I do currently have Doll equipped with the hazmat suit we pulled out of the research wing. So I'm thinking we'll send her in solo just to scout ahead a bit. She's got a pretty solid stealth score. She should be able to handle it. So, I was saying... Right, the music in Cult of Holy Detonation definitely feels more forced than a lot of the other music choices throughout the game. I mean, don't get me wrong, Monster Mash and the end credit song, Down in the Valley, they're not bad covers, it just really shows that they weren't designed with combat in mind. And the fact that they're used in multiple places throughout the game kind of dilutes the impact of those covers. Most of the other covers throughout the game are relegated to very specific scenarios or locations. So they just pack a lot more punch and they're a lot more memorable. You know, like the Wang Chung cover at the Cannibal Jamboree, or Power in the Union in Steeltown. I mean, that was pretty fantastic. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Regardless, I have been enjoying Cult, and I do feel like it's a pretty solid DLC. There are definitely areas that could stand to be improved. Definite weak spots, but But you know, I'm going to feel the same way about any game I enjoy enough to put under the microscope like this. Welcome, user, to the Cheyenne Mountain Detention Area. Please enter your command. Review weekly admin logs. Brother Thorium's case files. Ask first, people. This is private. That's the evangelist, or zealot we took out back in the particle accelerator. That's fun. Let's see what we've got here. I'm so excited. Now that we nucleists have finally split from those idiot primordialists, Abbot Thorium has asked me to start investigating ways to turn unmutated or lightly mutated people into angels. So far, I've asked for volunteers, but as I'm already in charge of detention, I'm going to recruit our primordialist prisoners too. Why should they complain? Everybody wants to be an angel, right? More later. Setting up the first experiments now. Well, as wildly unethical as he may be, it is still nice to see someone who truly enjoys their work. Yikes. First round of experiments have been disappointing. We can't get into the holy detonation chamber, so we're having to make do with the particle accelerator on the lab level, and getting the timing right on that thing is a pain. The calibration blast shows promise. The radiation is warm and invigorating. The gamma blast hits like a hammer, and it comes right after the calibration blast, so subjects have to get out quickly, or get sick. On the other hand, maybe getting sick is the key. I'd like to experiment with this on prisoners, but I'm running out. We need to capture more primordialists. Oh boy. No prisoners this week, so no experiments. Deuterium's been getting on my ass about this. He really wants to be an angel. But what am I supposed to do? Interesting. Ha! We got old Bezor snooping around the lab level, and I've got him in a cell. Just waiting for the okay from Deuterium before I use him. They used to be friends, so it could piss him off. Now that is intriguing, because the phrasing there certainly seems to imply that he did not ask permission to use the other prisoners. This might be intended to kind of draw a buffer between Deuterium and some of the more unethical or vile things that the nucleists might be doing. I'll bet Deuterium doesn't give permission. I hope the Abbot okays it. I can't wait to test the beta ray bank that I built into the special security cell on Bezor. I put a force field across the door too, just in case he actually does turn into an angel. Without it, he could fry us all. Maybe I should talk to Deuterium again. Still no decision on Bezor. Yep, that sounds about right. I think it's pretty obvious they are setting up a buffer to make it a bit more reasonable that you might still be seeking some sort of peaceful resolution to this intercult conflict. Prisoner population. Prison population database. Please select desired detention area zone. A. General population zone. B. Special security zone. C. Maximum security zone. General population. General population prisoner count 2. Call Strontium. Neither of whom I think we've heard about. I think those are both new characters. Security measures. All lock terminals active. Ooh, cameras. A slim, anxious-looking man in primordialist robes paces his cell, talking animatedly to himself. A squat, sullen woman slumps on her bunk. Every few moments she gives the cell door the finger, but otherwise she is motionless. Special Security Zone. Special Security Zone prisoner count 1. Bezor. Laser security net active. Exercise caution in the Special Security Zone. Warning: unauthorized access to the laser security net is prohibited. Do not tamper with the security system. A disheveled-looking older man paces his cell and mutters to himself. Every now and then, he stops and prays. Oh, that's not far at all. That's right around the corner. Maximum security. Max security prisoner count 1. Unknown. Another laser hall. Camera offline. Oh, that's just slightly ominous. Like a 7 on the ominosimeter. I'm actually fairly certain I already know what's in there. InXile kind of spoiled it on social media. Ooh, disable entranceway security. Yes, please.
Rangers, Goiter again. My terminal's telling me you opened the door to the brig, so let me give you a heads up on a few things I've discovered. First off, looks like the force field projector is hooked up to just one cell. Probably the one they're doing their experiments in. But it's gotta be turned off to get the crystal, so you need to get into the generator room and kill the power.
Are you sure it's only hooked to one cell? Because I'm seeing 6 lines here.
That'll also help you with the second thing. See, the brig's got security beacons that won't stop calling robot reinforcements if they spot you. Killing the power will shut them down too.
Oh, right. Okay, so it's another one of these. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Gotta warn you though, getting around down there ain't gonna be easy. There's laser barricades all over the place, and they are deadly. Do not touch them. Look for shutoff switches instead.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, and I saved the best for last, I'm seeing through a security cam that a tumor colony has completely covered the door to the generator room, which means you won't be able to get in and shut down the power until it's cleared.
Okay. How?
And the only person in Cheyenne who knows how to clear a colony is Father Bezor. So you're gonna have to find out which cell he's in and talk to him, which you should do anyway, since you're gonna rescue him, right? Anyway, did I cover everything?
So you already knew that, the nucleists were experimenting on prisoners?
Yeah, they're mostly bringing them down to the lab level and messing with them there, but apparently they're doing some experiments in the cells themselves now, too. Which means, don't let them lock you up. They can control the experiments from the terminals outside the cells.
Interesting. You think we can sneak past these things?
If you're careful, you can. But they've got proximity sensors, so back up quick if you get too close.
So this might be a sneaking mission. We might be able to avoid a fight.
And now that you mention it, sneaking's probably the way to go down there. Get as much intel as you can before you make a move. You may even be able to turn off 1 or 2 of the shutoff switches before they spot you.
Nice, I can certainly do that. Got anything else for us?
There's a special security wing on the left-hand side facing the main prison area. I've never gone in there, but I know it's filled with traps, and there's definitely something in that cell at the end. We've heard it. creepy. None of us ever had the courage to open it. Some things are better left alone, if you know what I mean. On the other side, there's a backup monitor room, in case there was a prison riot or something. Might be able to spy on parts of the cell block from there, maybe. And that's about it.
Okay. We'll give it a look.
Good luck. Maybe you'll find something that'll help you in the brig.
Alright, Goiter. Redcon's Rangers, ready to roll out.
Great. Just remember, find Father Bezor, clear the tumor colony, kill the power, get the crystal from the force field projector. And good luck in there. Goiter out.
Yes, I will do all those things you just said, and it is not at all overwhelming. What is this? I mean, at least we've got some reference points. That'll make it slightly easier. But we've also got a lot of blind spots. And we have no idea what these things do. Okay, so he said, oh, right, let's pick all this stuff up. So he said left was the maximum security wing, the special security wing. That's the door we just passed. And I guess it's safe to bring the rest of the party up, so let's regroup. But Goiter also mentioned a backup security room. So that would be opposite the security wing. That would be right, I guess. Oh yeah, there it is. That looks promising. Alright, let's crack this thing open.
Listen! The Rangers are right outside the door! They found us! We're doomed!
Is that who I think it is?
Would you calm down? Get the grate off the vent. Now!
Yep.
Okay. Fuck!
Stop panicking! Just... let me do it.
Not so fast, my friends.
Impressive. But when were these feeds established? And by who?
Okay, so we have to figure out where these vents go. We also just had an update pop. We found the backup monitor room and chased away some cultists who have been spying on us. Huh. So this says they're cultists. I really would have expected, spies from Liberty's army. That's Joker the Goat's room from Farron Brygo's now defunct casino. I guess that's how they kept themselves entertained? Huh, and that's the Patriarch's mansion. What is this? The monitors display various locations the Rangers have visited in Colorado, even Ranger HQ. These creeps have been watching your every move. These monitors are playing clips from the Joker's room on repeat. Better turn away before you see any familiar faces. Gross. Okay, so what else do we have here? bigger dart recipe. Faded cassette. The words, property of Commodore Manley, are written on this ancient cassette. Or Commander. I guess Commander would be more appropriate? Yeah, that's, maybe?
This is General Manley, with an announcement for all Cheyenne officers, enlisted men, and civilian personnel on this, the 93rd day since the attack on the Citadel Star Station, and the apocalypse that followed. I am, and will remain, the sole commander of this facility. And don't let any jumped-up flyboy from Peterson tell you different. I don't care what rank they are. You do not have to obey orders from anyone not in our chain of command. Peterson personnel are our guests during this crisis, and should therefore be treated with courtesy, but they have no sway here. Am I clear? There will be no destruction of property or armaments to keep them from the Russians, unless I get that order from Washington. There will likewise be no self-destruct protocol using any of our nuclear ordnance or experiments. We will vigorously defend this facility in anticipation of the imminent arrival of the President and the Joint Chiefs of Staff until such time as their fate is verified. And when I say we will vigorously defend it, I mean against anyone who attempts to interfere with its operation. Do I make myself...
Sir! Sir! There's gunfire in the observation level! We're under attack!
God damn those flyboys. Rossman, get me my coat!
Interesting. So I guess that explains who set up these feeds. Well, some of them at least. Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. The former personnel here were using them to keep tabs on the Air Force personnel. And we are set up in the old Peterson Air Force Base. I'm guessing the color feeds were set up more recently, because those things are like inside the Patriarch's buildings and all over Broadmoor Heights. I can't imagine the old Cheyenne facility really considering that something they had to keep an eye on. Since, of course, it would have been well before the Patriarch actually rose to power. So where does this go? I'm not seeing anything obvious. Alright, well, let's check out the Special Security Wing. We've got a laser fence. And another, energy transmitter? So we clearly need to get in there.
What kind of prisoner could require so much security?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, Lucia, but you'll find out soon enough. Oh my.
It looks like some kind of shrine.
Does it? I guess. And yeah, that is definitely some sort of wireless energy transmitter. If we step on the pressure plate, it'll disrupt the beam, which will shut off that first laser fence. Then we can get to that computer, and I'm assuming that will let us turn off the rest of the fences. We've also got traps in there, so we'll have to make sure we have Dahl take another look at that once we get the fence down.
We're still watching you, Rangers.
Are you? Okay. Right. The fence is down. Okay, let's do this. We need Doll over here to detect and disarm traps, so we'll have Rhett stand on the plate. And he's also got the clone with him, which is, fine, I guess. Quickly, quickly. Yellow cake. Delicious. Welcome, user, to the Cheyenne Special Security Detainment Area. No security configuration set. Please enter your command. Ah, I see. It's your classic toggle puzzle. But we will simply bypass all that nonsense and be on our way. Long way? Automatic bypass protocol initiated. Please stand by. Nice, nice, nice. All security protocols deactivated. Regroup, November. And, how are you guys doing? Oh my. Well, I see Rhett has a nice, healthy glow about him, and, we also seem to have Dr. Manhattan on the team now, which is probably fine. I mean, Rhett's our support tank, so honestly, this isn't that bad. Except for that hit to combat mobility. That is rough. Let's see if we can offset that a little. Okay, okay. We'll go ahead and upgrade to the accelerator skeleton, and that will completely offset the penalty, which will put us back at base movement. We'll take a hit to evasion, but that's fine because we'll have more con to absorb hits with. Plus we've got the force field generator. I mean, I could also just cure it, but I am genuinely curious to see if this will actually change anything. Mm-hmm.
Best friends! Have candy?
Okay, yep, that is exactly who I thought it would be.
What is it? I've never seen anything like it.
Mazeppi, I find that very hard to believe, because Finster kept the only other night terror we've ever encountered in Darwin Village, which is where you lived your entire life until you joined the Rangers. The fact that it's here does raise some interesting questions, though. The original night terror back in the first game was just like a figment of Finster's imagination. Or maybe a memory. Yeah, it gets weird because in the original game, if I recall correctly, you only encountered this thing inside Finster's mind maze. You had to use like a cybernetic interface to enter his brain and extract information from it. And one of the things you could encounter amongst his memories made manifest was the night terror, which I suppose could be a memory of the one he had at Darwin Village? Which I suppose could be a creature he created. We don't know the origin of the night terror. We don't know anything about it, really. But Finster's whole thing was creating a menagerie of beasts, of flora and fauna that could survive the harsh post-apocalyptic wastes. Yeah, I guess that tracks. Especially since it is now established that one of Finster's clones was working in Cheyenne and had established a clone lab, so I suppose that could reasonably explain how there's another night terror. So, how's it going?
Friends?
Sure, why not? I mean, I am a giant radioactive spider traveling with mutants and clowns. So, who am I to judge?
Candy?
By which you mean human remains? Yeah, I mean, we do have a tendency to create a lot of candy during our travels. I imagine we can round some up for you. You know what? I bet the Night Terror would get along great with, Randy Get's sister back at Ranger HQ. I mean, based on what I've seen so far, I doubt they have any reactivity there, but I am curious. Sure, we'll get you plenty of candy. Come on.
Yay, candy!
Yay. Now, as I recall, back in Wasteland 2, if you fed the Night Terror 10 pieces of candy, then he would permanently fall asleep and you'd unlock an achievement. So let's see here.
Candy? I love rangers!
Yeah, I also acknowledge your existence. Would you like some candy?
Candy!
Oh, interesting. You can give him all sorts of stuff. Okay, let's try this.
Ew! Oh, gross!
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Candy! Ew! Candy!
I mean, what's the point of having all these options if he'll only accept one thing? So, people parts?
Candy!
Close enough. The Night Terror's stomach begins to gurgle as it swallows the material. The Night Terror begins to heave and retch. Huh. What's going on here? Did he just throw up on me?
La 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 la!
Okay, wow. Yeah, I'm not doing that again. That's awful. There are so many bodily fluids in these DLC. I could really live without that. Alright, we're going to set our squad up here and then send Dahl in solo. If we can avoid another giant drawn-out fight, then I would prefer to do so. I'm also going to go ahead and set up a backup save. This would be a whole lot easier if Wasteland 3 supported tactical pause. Honestly, I think that's one of my biggest complaints about this game, is the complete lack of a pause functionality. Tactical or otherwise. It doesn't even pause when you're on the escape menu. Which, for me, is just basic game functionality. I don't think I even looked at the computer in the camera room. Yeah, I was so distracted by the monitors and that tape from General Manley that I just completely blanked on actually clicking the console. Backup surveillance system online. Welcome, user. Please enter a command. Server room. Oh yeah, there's Switch Alpha. Storage room. We have a corpse and an energy transmitter. with a wire running into this wall where we can't see. So that's probably another switch. Commissary. And there's switch beta. Plus an assortment of guards and one of those enemy spawners. So that gives us 3 good reference points. Nice. Okay, let's reset up back in the vault room, and then we'll have Dahl go in. Good luck.
Rangers, this is Sister Polyp. I wanted to speak to you privately. I know the Proteus asked you to rescue Father Bezor, and I too am concerned for his well-being. But I am more concerned for the well-being of the Primordialists as a whole.
Okay, here we go.
Bezor is a wise and gentle man, but the actions of the Nucleists have shown that we need more forceful leadership, if the faith is to survive.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to define forceful leadership for me.
Father Bezor has tried to negotiate with Deuterium. He's appealed to his conscience. He's got down on his knees and begged. Nothing's worked. It's time to leave our pacifist ways behind and fight for what we want.
Is she really going to ask us?
I love that Lucia is channeling exactly what I'm thinking right now. But yes, this is the sudden but inevitable betrayal.
If Bezor were to die in captivity, we would all grieve. But he would become a martyr to the cause and inspire us to deeds of valor and generosity. I hope I am making myself clear.
No, I'm afraid I'm just not getting it. You're gonna have to spell it out in exacting terms for me, sister.
What I am saying is, though Bezor is a good man, he is not a strong man. He will not be able to help you fight the Nucleists. Once I'm in charge, I will.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not just talking about thoughts and prayers. I mean tangible aid. Weapons, armor, better deals for the things you'll need to deal with Deuterium.
Well, that is a very compelling offer, but also no, because you're a scumbag. But thank you for the opportunity.
Think about it, Rangers. Sister Polyp out.
I think that's the least shocking twist we've seen so far.
Rangers, we're still cataloging your sins!
Well, good for you. We've got switch alpha over here, just around the corner. And then we've got another switch over here, near the corpse.
Huh. Lasers. Quite deadly.
Yes, thank you, Pizepi. Noted. Another corpse. Seek peace and prosperity through strength. Oh yeah, that looks to be a destroyable wall. Though, for whatever reason, it doesn't look like we can target it. But that looks to give us a shortcut. Oh, and a letter. Stupid mutants! Did you think I'd be here long enough for you to try your disgusting experiments on me? No cell can hold Muscles McGinty! Alright then. I believe Muscles McGinty was a mob enforcer during the Prohibition era. I ran a few noir-themed tabletop games back in the day. Okay, yeah, so we need to flip switch alpha to turn off that fence, and then that will let us reach switch beta, which I'll bet clears the path to that other switch we saw, because that was also behind a fence. There's the generator room, but we have to talk to Bizor first. And he's over here, which kind of throws me because he's still locked up and behind a force field, and there's a guard right in front of his cell. I don't see how we can talk to him without alerting that guard. Alright, well, we'll hit the switches, and then we'll see if that triggers anything. We'll take this one step at a time. So we need to dodge these guys and get to switch alpha. And then, yeah, switch beta will shut off this fence. This one just goes back and forth. Oop. I guess we could just skate by him. Yeah, that works.
Disabling laser grid set alpha.
Super fantastic, extra good. Now we just need to make our way to switch beta. Yeah, we can just scoot through here. Oh yeah? How's that working out for you? Hi, Kaiser. I now have a cat in front of my keyboard, so this could get messy. Okay, we need to sprint past this guy. And hold for a second while I get my bearings.
All this security tech sure is different.
Toaster. Oh boy. Thankfully we do have a blind spot here. Kaiser, don't do that. Leave those recon bots alone.
What was that?
Kaiser, stop.
What was that?
Disabling laser grid set beta.
Away, away. Thankfully Kaiser kept those recon bots distracted long enough for me to get by. He is currently sitting up in front of my screen, blocking out about a third of it, and trying to paw the recon bots off of the map.
All I said was, that's not how we did it back in the Canyon of Titan.
Robots do all the patrolling, and we
How
just...
is that heresy?
Alright, let's pull back to the entrance. We need to get clear before I accidentally set one of these things off.
This is great.
Hi, Kaiser.
Robots do all the patrolling, and we just kick back and relax.
He is now settled into his bed. Oh, yes, this is much easier now that I don't have a cat in my way. Oh. No. Don't look at me like that. We're like 45 minutes into this episode. It was either that or ending now and tackling the fight next time.
We see you, Rangers.
Okay. So what did I do? Was there an alarm I missed? Guys. Oh, yep, there it is. Wow, level 10, too. Thank goodness we just maxed out Alarm Disarm last episode. It's possible the Nucleus mutation experiments killed this poor Payaso. She looks kind of funny. Okay, I know that's a stupid gag, but yeah, we've got a Payaso here. That does certainly seem to validate my suspicion that Liberty has spies in here. Not to mention, it's on the same floor as those other two guys we just chased off. And one of the rooms they were observing was this room with this dead Payaso.
Laser grid set gamma. Special security cell accessible.
Hey, Achieva. I guess I forgot to turn off the Steam overlay again. I don't mind the pop-ups, it just mucks with the recording software sometimes. So now I guess we're headed for Bizor. So how are we supposed to do this? There's an objective marker pointing right at the guard, who won't move away from the front of Bizor's cell. Plus, the computer for the cell is behind the force field. Talk to Father Bizor. Cool. How do I do that, Journal? I don't understand how this is supposed to work. We have to talk to Father Bizor to get into the generator room, but we have to get in the generator room to access Father Bizor. Do we just have to shoot this guy, and then it's a gunfight from here to the other side? I mean, we did already get the achievement for stealth, which might imply the stealth segment is over. Okay, let's just push up on this guy and...
This is great. Robots do all the patrolling, and we just kick back and relax.
Yeah, I don't hate it at all. It's great. Okay. Go. Nope. If we accidentally touch one of these things, they'll automatically detect us. So we have to make sure we have enough room to scoot around them.
Oh, that this too solid flesh would melt. Thaw and resolve itself into a dew.
The crystal we're looking for?
Whew, okay. Now what?
There you are, heretic!
Oh.
Intruder! Why are you fighting the nucleus? Never mind. You're busy. But if you're here to free me, you need to take the flute in that locker to the Tuma colony blocking the door at the back and play this tune. That'll clear the door so you can get in and shut down the field generator that powers this force field.
Uh-huh. Okay, so right before we got noticed, I saw that that guy's perception radius went halfway down the hallway, so there's no way we could have approached this cell without being spotted. I think this is just the point where they force you into a fight. Oh, yep, and they've marked the locker now, so it is just a run and gun battle. Which is fine, I suppose. Of course, we're also 50 minutes deep into this episode, so I think we're going to have to cut it here on this climactic cliffhanger. Will Dull make it out of this one alive? Will Beezor be saved? Tune in next time for Missile While You Work, or Boom with a View. See you then. Oh, and remember, although I do love playing Wasteland 3, The Cult of Holy Detonation, you can find out more about the game by visiting the official website, the official social media feeds, or the official store pages. And if you'd like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things, or maybe even check out the Patreon. Links are in the description.
La 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 la.
Kaiser, 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 you're a cutie.